Thanks for joining me today. We have a 2013 BMW X1. The customer is complaining that there's a water leak, water ingress, water getting inside the cabin. Let's take a look. I'll show you what I mean. Some signs of water ingress in weird locations. The weirdest location is actually right here, because how does water get up there from a water leak? She swears that the sunroof wasn't left open, but how does water get up here? You know, on both sides it's like that. I think there's more to the story she's not saying. Look at this water damage on this thing here. There's water damage on the telematic control unit. That's common though. Leave a bag of ice in there and it'll do that, but the other areas is just really strange. There's water marks up here on both sides. How does water get up there? I don't know. Also, the seat rails have rust on them. That's interesting. Also, some other clues here. Pulling this back, I can tell water's been in here. This has been saturated at one point. That's all mold, by the way. See, water's been up in here. Some rust. Look at this. And the usual suspects of leakage are usually the door vapor barriers. Someone does work on them, they'll won't put them back right, and water will get through down in here. And this will be all wet. All the sides. The sunroof drains on this, yes, sometimes. The dash is messed up. It has this weird, funky, it's been wet. Everything has been wet. And this seat has been repaired. And it's tight as a drum, tighter even, because it's shrunk. The leather is shrunk because it's been wet. And this thing only has, look at this. It only has 42,000 miles on it. Very interesting. So what we're gonna do is just check for leak. See if we can find any leaks anywhere. Do this for a little bit. Okay, so I can see in the back left corner, C-pillar, it's wet right there from the test. I can also see it dripping over there and collecting water on the inside, right where that control unit was that we showed you earlier. So definitely have a smoking gun, and it is coming from the sunroof more than likely. This seal up here is letting too much water in, so it's a combination of a couple things. For sure, the sunroof seal is letting quite a bit of water in, and it's going to the back channel, so it's either too much for the drain to handle, or the drain is clogged, or it's disconnected, or something is leaking back in that component. So I have to pull that pillar off and take a look. Opening the back hatch, I can see that this perimeter seal here on the body, it's sealing. It's not letting any water in, which is good. I don't know how this got there, but I'm thinking this got so wet it kind of made its way over here somehow, or whipped its way up there. So I'm gonna have to pull this off, see what's going on in there, but it's definitely saturating this computer. This is wet now from my little test, and it's collecting in here, and that would explain this whole thing. This was probably so soaked that it just leached on, or whipped its way onto this and rusted that. So another common area where it'll leak is this here. This is the cowling, and it's supposed to divert water to the drains, which can also overfill as well. But if it gets under here, it can make its way into these other cavities in there, which once they fill up and you accelerate, it can splash into the interior and the inside. And I guess if it's really rainy, it'll end up going in there no matter what. So this is actually something that's a good idea to replace, and I'm going to recommend it on this customer's car as well. All right, the drains for the sunroof are right here actually. One here, one here. This one is, you can see water's been coming through it from my test. This one here is dry. There's nothing coming through, so it's probably clogged with a bunch of leaves. So what I'm gonna recommend is clearing the drains out and then also replacing all the seals for the sunroof, the perimeter of the glass. So there's two seals, there's a big one and then one that goes in the middle there. But the problem is the sunroof doesn't really work well and it's coming apart, so I'm gonna have to see if I can get this thing open. Sunroof drain disconnected. Wow. That leak will also cause water to run down here down in the front of this seat as well and cause all this. So it's definitely possible for that to happen. It's most likely, I mean, it's the only leak I could find right now, and it's a pretty good sized leak. That's just from a little test of a couple jugs of water. So imagine just sitting in a pouring rain for days, you know, it's gonna add up. All right, we're gonna replace the perimeter seal on the glass. First things first is we're gonna put this in vent mode, start taking these screws off here, take the glass out. I'm gonna be using a Torx bit 25, a T25. All right, this perimeter seal that we're replacing, you technically have to remove the whole sunroof cassette with the headliner and everything. I'm going to show you how to sneak it in here. Remove the old one and sneak the new one in without having to do that. So it'll save you a lot of time, and also the estimate on the job. If you're doing it for a customer, it'll save them lots of money too. Or if you're doing it yourself, it'll save you lots of grief and time. Now this car has been repainted, so I have to be very careful peeling the seal off because they painted over it or it overlaps. So I don't want to just go to town to where it starts peeling up the paint. Everybody has different ways of doing this. It depends on how stuck this is onto the paint. So I just get a razor under it and kind of pull this while I'm going with the razor. Just like that. All right, once you get to the back panel, you just start peeling it up. It's hard to get the razor in there. You can go after and get the adhesive out of there. But right now, the whole point is you want to peel this out in one piece around the perimeter. All right, now you start getting some of this adhesive out of here from these corners. Use a nice razor blade and you just get in there. See if I can do it here and show you. Just like that, it starts coming up. And you want to get it all out, and after you'll clean it really good with like a brake clean, something that does not leave a residue. Now the best way to clean this channel in here is I spray this with some brake clean, and I kind of get a rag, overlap it a little bit, get it in this channel and tuck it in with a pick. And once you get it in there nice and snug, you can go back and forth and run it along the line there, and you can do that multiple times and get a cleaner towel at the very end. It's pretty dirty in here. So one-handed, you can kind of get the idea, you know, but you get it in there nice, it'll be like a nice circuit there. All right, now we got the channel cleaned out pretty good. This is the factory seal here. There's the part number if you want to reference. And that's going to go along the perimeter here of the whole thing. And there's still a seal right here we're going to replace at the end. That's actually one of the ones that leaked the most. All right, here I'll try to show you with one hand. If you remember when you remove this, this is where the seal starts, right in the back in the center, goes all the way around, meets back up again with this. So I'm going to start going this way here. This is the adhesive side. You're not going to remove this yet. It keeps it nice and slippery. So you're going to tuck this in there to where it's pretty much almost below the lip here of the body. You want this lip to be almost flush with the body. If it's not, you'll get some wind noise. So you want this to be lower, the main body of the seal to be lower than the body of the metal. So this little lip right here kind of ramps up and meets it almost flush. And you're just going to tuck this all the way around until you get it nice and perfect. Then we'll pull the adhesive off after. And you don't want to use any silicone spray or anything on here because this will not stick to it. You may think it does, but during the summertime or anything like that, this thing will pop out. Okay, an important note here, I've got it pretty much tucked in, just this portion here. I haven't removed this strip, but I'm going to remove it right here because I'm going to want to adhere this section all along here and make that nice. And then I'll go, once I get over there, I will leave this on, set everything in, and then pull that out. All right, I've worked my way around on the seal. I left this tag off. This is stuck to the body here, and this is not. So now I'm back all the way around. I've met the other piece here. It gives you quite a bit of extra. Sometimes you might have a little extra to use for this. We'll see. But the main thing is you're gonna have to cut this to where it butts up to this one, and you tuck it in there. You have one shot to do this. Mom's spaghetti, basically. So, you know, measure twice, cut once. All right, back at this point when pulling this up, now that you have this laid, you already know the measurement, so you can lift up in front of it, start peeling it, and then tuck it in with your thumb as you go along. All right, the seal is in. Did a pretty good job of the mating surface here. It's pretty good. And once it's out in the sun, things should even out pretty nicely. So now we're going to clean the drains out while I have this upper section out still. So there's 2 in the back, 2 in the front. We're gonna clean them out with compressed air first and then run water through them. All right, once the glass is laid in, you loosely tighten the screws, and you can have this thing and tilt and put it down. It might bind a little bit, but just to kind of give it some taps till it falls in. And you can see this goes down, so just kind of get it to where it's supposed to be. This should just barely be under this, even or under. This one should be slightly above it, even or above it. And activate it a couple times, you know, and adjust it again until it's, because it'll settle down in there.